Carnivorous plants and their ability to survive in harsh environments. Carnivorous plants have long fascinated scientists and the general public alike with their unique ability to capture and digest prey. These plants have evolved in environments where the soil is nutrient poor, and therefore they have had to develop alternative means of obtaining essential nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. While there are many different types of carnivorous plants, they all share several common characteristics that allow them to survive in harsh environments. One of the most well-known carnivorous plants is the Venus flytrap, Dionea muscipula, which is native to the wetlands of the southeastern United States. The Venus flytrap captures prey using modified leaves that are hinged and snapshot when triggered by the movement of an insect or other small animal. Once the prey is trapped, the plant secretes digestive enzymes that break down the animal into nutrients that the plant can absorb. Another well-known carnivorous plant is the pitcher plant, Sarracenia spp., which is found in boggy areas of North America. Pitcher plants have modified leaves that form a deep, slippery cavity filled with digestive enzymes. Insects are attracted to the cavity by the plant's sweet nectar, but once they enter, they are unable to escape and are eventually digested by the plant. Other types of carnivorous plants include sundews, Drosera spp., which have sticky, glandular hairs on their leaves that trap and digest insects, and bladderworts, Utricularia spp., which have tiny bladders on their roots that suck in small aquatic animals such as water fleas. Despite their unique adaptations, carnivorous plants still face many challenges in harsh environments. One of the biggest challenges is competition for resources with other plants. In nutrient-poor environments, plants must compete fiercely for the limited available resources, and carnivorous plants are no exception. Additionally, carnivorous plants are often vulnerable to environmental stressors such as drought, flooding, and extreme temperatures. Despite these challenges, carnivorous plants have managed to survive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. Their unique adaptations have allowed them to thrive in soil that is too poor to support other plants, and their ability to capture and digest prey has given them a competitive edge in the struggle for survival. In fact, some carnivorous plants have even been found to have symbiotic relationships with other organisms, such as ants, which provide additional protection against herbivores and other threats. Despite their ability to survive in harsh environments, carnivorous plants are not invincible. Human activities such as habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change pose a significant threat to many species of carnivorous plants. In addition, some species have become highly prized by collectors, leading to overharvesting and depletion of wild populations. Conservation efforts are therefore critical to the long-term survival of these unique plants. This includes protecting their habitats, regulating the trade of wild specimens, and promoting the cultivation of carnivorous plants in controlled environments. In addition, continued research into the ecology and genetics of carnivorous plants can help us better understand their unique adaptations and inform conservation strategies. One area of research that has received considerable attention in recent years is the genetic basis of carnivory. Scientists have identified several genes that are involved in the production of digestive enzymes and the development of trapping structures in carnivorous plants. By studying these genes, researchers hope to gain insights into how these plants evolve their unique adaptations and how they might be modified in the future to enhance their ability to capture prey. Another area of research is the study of carnivorous plant microbiomes. Like all plants, carnivorous plants host a variety of microorganisms on their surfaces and in their tissues. These microorganisms can play important roles in plant nutrition, defense against pathogens, and other functions. By studying the microbiomes of carnivorous plants, scientists can gain insights into how these plants interact with their environment and how they might be affected by environmental changes. In addition to their ecological and scientific importance, carnivorous plants have also captured the imagination of people around the world. Their unusual appearance and behavior have inspired countless works of art, literature, and popular culture. From the classic horror film The Little Shop of Horrors to the children's book The Hungry Plants by Mary Batten, carnivorous plants have been featured in a variety of media. Carnivorous plants have also become popular among hobbyists and plant enthusiasts. Many species of carnivorous plants are now cultivated in homes and gardens around the world, and there is a thriving market for carnivorous plant seeds, cuttings, and supplies. In addition, there are many organizations and societies dedicated to the study and conservation of carnivorous plants, providing opportunities for enthusiasts to connect and share their passion for these unique plants. Despite their popularity, it is important to remember that carnivorous plants are not just novelties or curiosities. They are important components of many ecosystems, and their survival is crucial for the health of these ecosystems. In addition, many species of carnivorous plants are threatened with extinction, and their conservation is an urgent priority. One area of research that has gained attention in recent years is the potential use of carnivorous plants in biotechnology and medicine. Some studies have shown that the digestive enzymes produced by carnivorous plants have antimicrobial properties that could be useful in developing new antibiotics or other treatments for infectious diseases. In addition, the unique adaptations of carnivorous plants, such as their ability to absorb nutrients from insects, could provide insights into the development of sustainable agriculture practices. Carnivorous plants also provide important ecological services in their native habitats. By capturing and digesting insects and other small animals, these plants help to control populations of herbivorous insects and other pests, reducing damage to surrounding vegetation. In addition, the nutrients that carnivorous plants obtain from their prey contribute to the overall health and productivity of their ecosystems. However, as with many species of plants and animals, carnivorous plants face numerous threats to their survival. Habitat destruction, pollution, climate change, and overcollection for commercial and recreational purposes are just a few of the challenges that these plants must overcome to persist in the wild. In addition, the unique adaptations of carnivorous plants can make them vulnerable to changes in their environment, such as alterations in soil chemistry or water levels. To address these threats, it is important to develop and implement effective conservation strategies for carnivorous plants. This includes protecting their habitats, regulating their trade, and promoting sustainable cultivation practices. In addition, continued research into the ecology, genetics, and potential uses of carnivorous plants can help to inform conservation efforts and ensure their long-term survival. One potential avenue for the conservation of carnivorous plants is through the creation of protected areas and reserves. Many species of carnivorous plants are found in wetlands and other habitats that are under threat from development and other human activities. How climate change affects plants' ability to survive and how they adapt to this change. Introduction. Climate change is one of the most pressing environmental issues facing the planet today. As global temperatures continue to rise, there are growing concerns about the impact of climate change on plant survival and adaptation. In this essay, I will argue that climate change is having a significant impact on the ability of plants to survive and adapt to changing environmental conditions. I will also discuss the various ways in which plants are adapting to these changes. The impact of climate change on plant survival. Climate change is having a significant impact on the survival of plants around the world. As temperatures rise, plants are facing a range of challenges, including changes in rainfall patterns, extreme weather events, and increased competition from invasive species. One of the most significant impacts of climate change on plant survival is the increase in extreme weather events, such as droughts, floods, and heat waves. These events can cause significant damage to plant ecosystems, leading to reduced growth, reduced seed production, and even death. Changes in rainfall patterns are also having a profound impact on plant survival. As rainfall becomes more erratic and unpredictable, plants are facing increasing levels of water stress, which can lead to reduced growth and increased susceptibility to diseases and pests. Finally, the rise of invasive species is also a major concern for plant survival. As temperatures rise, invasive species are able to move into new areas and outcompete native plants for resources, leading to a loss of biodiversity and reduced ecosystem resilience. Adaptation strategies for plants. Despite the challenges posed by climate change, plants are remarkably adaptable and have developed a range of strategies for coping with changing environmental conditions. One of the most common strategies is to alter their growth patterns in response to changing climate conditions. For example, some plants may grow taller or produce more leaves in response to increased levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, while others may flower earlier or later in the season in response to changes in temperature. Another strategy is to alter their root systems to better access water in dry conditions. Some plants may develop longer and deeper roots to reach water reserves deep in the soil, while others may form symbiotic relationships with fungi and bacteria to improve their access to nutrients. Plants are also able to adapt to changing environmental conditions by altering their reproductive strategies. For example, some plants may produce more seeds or reproduce more frequently in response to changes in temperature or rainfall patterns. Finally, some plants are able to adapt to changing environmental conditions by forming new symbiotic relationships with other organisms. For example, some plants may form relationships with pollinators or seed dispersers that are better adapted to new environmental conditions. Mitigation strategies for climate change. While plants have developed adaptation strategies for coping with climate change, it is also important to address the root causes of climate change and implement mitigation strategies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global temperature rise. There are a variety of strategies that can be implemented to mitigate climate change, including renewable energy. Transitioning to renewable energy sources, such as wind, solar, and hydroelectric power, can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuels. Energy efficiency. Improving energy efficiency in buildings, transportation, and industry can also help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Carbon pricing. Implementing a carbon pricing system, such as a carbon tax or cap and trade program, can incentivize businesses and individuals to reduce their carbon footprint. Reforestation and afforestation. Planting and restoring forests can help to absorb carbon from the atmosphere and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Sustainable agriculture. implementing sustainable agriculture practices, such as reducing tillage, using cover crops, and reducing fertilizer use, can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. Circular economy, transitioning to a circular economy, where waste is minimized and resources are reused and recycled, can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from resource extraction and manufacturing. The importance of public education and awareness. In addition to implementing mitigation strategies, it is also important to increase public education and awareness about the impacts of climate change on plant ecosystems and the planet as a whole. By educating the public, we can foster a greater understanding of the importance of preserving biodiversity and protecting the environment. One effective way to increase public education and awareness is through the use of social media and other digital platforms. Social media can be used to share information and stories about the impacts of climate change on plant ecosystems and the natural world, and to promote conservation efforts and sustainable practices. Another effective method is through the use of educational programs and outreach initiatives. Schools, museums, and other educational institutions can provide children and adults with opportunities to learn about the importance of plant ecosystems and the impact of climate change on these ecosystems. These programs can include hands-on activities, field trips, and lectures by experts in the field. Finally, it is important to engage with local communities and stakeholders to ensure that they are involved in conservation efforts and decision-making processes. By involving local communities, we can ensure that conservation efforts are tailored to the needs and priorities of the communities they serve. The role of government in addressing climate change. In addition to public education and awareness, government action plays a crucial role in addressing climate change and protecting plant ecosystems. Governments have the power to enact policies and regulations that can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and promote sustainable practices. One important policy tool that governments can use is the implementation of renewable energy standards and targets. By setting targets for the use of renewable energy sources, governments can incentivize businesses and individuals to transition away from fossil fuels and towards cleaner, more sustainable energy sources. Governments can also implement regulations and standards for energy efficiency in buildings, transportation, and industry. By requiring buildings to meet certain energy efficiency standards and promoting the use of public transportation and electric vehicles, governments can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and promote sustainable practices. Another important policy tool is the implementation of carbon pricing mechanisms, such as a carbon tax or cap-and-trade program. These mechanisms can incentivize businesses and individuals to reduce their carbon footprint and invest in cleaner technologies. In addition to policy tools, governments can also invest in research and development of new technologies and practices that can help to mitigate the impacts of climate change. This can include research into renewable energy sources, carbon capture and storage technologies, and sustainable agriculture practices. The importance of international cooperation. Climate change is a global issue that requires international cooperation and collaboration. The connection between dinosaurs and modern animals and the importance of studying biodiversity. The relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals is an important area of research in biodiversity. By studying the relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain a better understanding of the evolution of life on Earth and the importance of biodiversity. The relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals is based on the idea that both groups of animals evolved from a common ancestor. This common ancestor is believed to have lived during the Mesozoic era, a period of time that spanned from 252 million to 66 million years ago. During this period of time, many species of dinosaurs evolved and became extinct, while other species evolved and eventually gave rise to modern animals. By studying the relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain a better understanding of the evolution of life on Earth. By studying the fossil record and analyzing the similarities and differences between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain insight into the evolutionary processes that have shaped life on Earth. In addition, by studying the relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain insight into the importance of biodiversity. By studying the similarities and differences between different species of animals, scientists can gain a better understanding of the importance of biodiversity and the role of different species in maintaining healthy ecosystems. The relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals is an important area of research in biodiversity. By studying the relationship between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain a better understanding of the evolution of life on Earth and the importance of biodiversity. By studying the fossil record and analyzing the similarities and differences between dinosaurs and modern animals, scientists can gain insight into the evolutionary processes that have shaped life on Earth and the importance of biodiversity. Introduction. The study of the diversity of life on Earth is crucial for understanding the interconnectedness of different species and their evolutionary history. Dinosaurs, in particular, played a significant role in the evolution of many modern animal groups. In this essay, I will explore the link between dinosaurs and modern animals, as well as the importance of studying biodiversity. Link between dinosaurs and modern animals. The extinction of the dinosaurs at the end of the Cretaceous period created opportunities for many modern animal groups to diversify and evolve. For example, the extinction of the dinosaurs allowed for the diversification of mammals, which eventually led to the emergence of primates and humans. Additionally, many modern bird species are descended from dinosaurs and share many features with their extinct ancestors, such as feathers and wishbones. The importance of studying biodiversity. Studying the diversity of life on Earth is crucial for understanding the interconnectedness of different species and their evolutionary history. Biodiversity provides important ecosystem services, such as pollination, nutrient cycling, and carbon sequestration, that are critical for the functioning of ecosystems and the well-being of humans. Additionally, the study of biodiversity can provide insights into the processes that drive evolution and the mechanisms that maintain species diversity. The loss of biodiversity, due to factors such as habitat destruction, climate change, and overexploitation, is one of the greatest threats facing the planet. The loss of biodiversity can have cascading effects on ecosystems and human well-being, such as the loss of food resources and the spread of disease. Conclusion. In conclusion, the link between dinosaurs and modern animals highlights the interconnectedness of different species and their evolutionary history. The study of biodiversity is crucial for understanding these relationships and the processes that drive evolution. Additionally, the loss of biodiversity is a major threat to the functioning of ecosystems and human well-being. As such, continued research and conservation efforts are critical to preserving the diversity of life on Earth and ensuring the long-term survival of all species. Dinosaurs went extinct around 65 million years ago, yet they remain closely linked to animals alive today. Birds evolved from small theropod dinosaurs, retaining genes, skeletal structures, and other characteristics of their dinosaurian ancestors. Birds can be considered living dinosaurs and serve as a unique biological link to the dinosaur era. Certain crocodiles also evolved from dinosaurs, sharing a common ancestor with birds and retaining similar characteristics. Reptiles like lizards, snakes, turtles, and crocodiles share a common ancestor with dinosaurs and diverged from the evolutionary tree leading to modern dinosaurs and birds. They possess residual dinosaur traits and oldest surviving reptilian characteristics from before the rise of dinosaurs. Studying reptiles provides insights into dinosaur evolution, physiology, genetics, and behavior. Comparative analysis of reptiles, birds, crocodiles, and dinosaur fossils enhances reconstruction of dinosaur origins and continues development along lineage. Other animals are more distantly related to dinosaurs as part of the Archosaur family tree, which includes crocodiles, lizards, turtles, snakes, and dinosaurs. However, archosaurs share a common diapsid ancestor and similarities in anatomy, physiology, development, and genetics. Birds, crocodiles, and lizards also evolved from archosaurs after dinosaurs went extinct, retaining evidence of their archosaurian legacy. Analysis of archosaur diversity reveals patterns of evolution over hundreds of millions of years of Earth's history. Preserving biological diversity is crucial for scientific discovery and progress. Each species holds unique evolutionary information, genes, traits, and adaptations that shed light on the history of life on Earth. As species go extinct, this irreplaceable information is lost forever. Studying diversity also enhances knowledge beneficial to fields such as medicine, agriculture, and ecology. Biodiversity has economic value through benefits like ecotourism, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and food resources. Connection between ancient dinosaurs and modern animals highlights the deep history of life on Earth and continued interdependence of species. Although dinosaurs were dominant for nearly 200 million years, they have left descendants in the form of birds, crocodiles, lizards, and more, demonstrating the power of evolution to create and maintain complex and diverse biomases over vast timescales. Preserving this web of life is vital to ensuring a viable future for humanity and all species that inhabit the Earth. In conclusion, dinosaurs went extinct around 65 million years ago but remain closely connected to animals alive today. Birds evolved from small theropod dinosaurs, retaining characteristics of their dinosaurian ancestors. Certain crocodiles also evolved from dinosaurs, sharing a common ancestor with birds. Other animals are more distantly related as part of the Archosaur family tree, which includes crocodiles, lizards, turtles, snakes, and dinosaurs. Studying these connections enhances scientific knowledge, discovery, and progress. Each species holds unique evolutionary information, genes, traits, and adaptations that shed light on life's deep history. As species go extinct, this knowledge is lost forever. Preserving biological diversity also supports fields like medicine, agriculture, ecology, and economy. The influence of climate change during the Ice Age on the geographical distribution of plant and animal species. Climate change has been a topic of concern for many years, with its impact on biodiversity being one of the most significant issues. In particular, the effects of climate change during the Ice Age have had a profound impact on the distribution of plant and animal species across the globe. This essay will examine the impact of climate change during the Ice Age on the geographical distribution of species. During the Ice Age, the Earth was covered in glaciers, and the climate was much colder than it is today. This had a significant impact on the distribution of species, as they were forced to adapt to the changing climate or face extinction. Many species migrated to warmer areas, while others evolved new adaptations to survive in the harsh conditions. One of the most significant impacts of the Ice Age on biodiversity was the creation of new habitats. As glaciers advanced and retreated, they created new environments for species to colonize. For example, as glaciers retreated, they left behind vast areas of bare rock, which eventually became colonized by lichens and other pioneer species. These new habitats provided opportunities for species to diversify and evolve, leading to the development of new groups of plants and animals. However, the Ice Age also had a negative impact on many species. As the climate changed, many species were unable to adapt quickly enough, leading to their extinction. For example, many large mammals, such as mammoths and saber-toothed tigers, went extinct during the Ice Age, likely due to a combination of hunting by humans and changes in their habitat. This highlights the vulnerability of many species to even relatively small changes in their environment. Today, we are facing a new era of climate change, with human activities driving global warming at an unprecedented rate. This is leading to significant changes in the distribution of species, as they struggle to adapt to the rapidly changing climate. Many species are already experiencing declines in population size and range, and some are at risk of extinction as a result. The impact of climate change during the Ice Age was not limited to the distribution of species alone. It also had a profound impact on the interactions between different species. As species migrated or evolved in response to changing environmental conditions, their relationships with other species also changed. For example, as new habitats were created, new predator-prey relationships arose, and symbiotic relationships between different species also evolved. One of the most significant changes in species interactions during the Ice Age was the expansion of grasslands. As glaciers advanced and retreated, they created vast expanses of bare soil that were colonized by grasses. This led to the development of new herbivores, such as the bison, which evolved to feed on the grasses. In turn, predators such as wolves and coyotes adapted to hunt the herbivores, leading to the development of complex food webs in grassland ecosystems. Another significant impact of the Ice Age on species interactions was the isolation of different populations. As glaciers advanced, they created physical barriers that separated populations of species from one another. This led to the development of distinct subspecies and, in some cases, the evolution of entirely new species. For example, during the Ice Age, populations of birds, such as the Eurasian jay, were split into isolated groups that evolved into distinct subspecies with unique characteristics. Today, we are once again seeing significant changes in species interactions due to climate change. For example, as temperatures warm, we are seeing shifts in the timing of seasonal events, such as the blooming of flowers and the emergence of insects. These changes can have significant impacts on the interactions between species, leading to mismatches in timing that can disrupt food webs and other ecological relationships. The impact of climate change during the Ice Age also had implications for human populations. As the climate changed, human societies had to adapt to the new conditions or face extinction. For example, during the last glacial maximum, which occurred around 20,000 years ago, much of Europe and North America was covered by ice, and human populations were forced to migrate to warmer regions or adapt to the harsh conditions. This led to the development of new technologies, such as the production of warm clothing and the use of fire for heating and cooking. In addition, the Ice Age had a profound impact on the development of human culture. As populations migrated and adapted to new environments, they developed unique cultural traditions and practices. For example, the Inuit people of the Arctic developed a culture based on hunting and fishing, with unique technologies such as the kayak and the igloo. Similarly, the indigenous peoples of North America developed complex societies based on agriculture and trade. Today, human societies are once again facing the challenges of climate change, with potentially far-reaching implications for culture and society. For example, as sea levels rise and extreme weather events become more frequent, coastal communities may be forced to relocate, leading to the loss of cultural traditions and social structures. In addition, changes in the availability of resources and the spread of diseases could have significant impacts on human societies. Another important impact of climate change during the Ice Age was on the global carbon cycle. During the last glacial maximum, atmospheric carbon dioxide levels were much lower than they are today, as much of the carbon was stored in the ice sheets and in the deep ocean. This had a significant impact on the Earth's climate, as changes in the carbon cycle can affect the greenhouse effect and the temperature of the planet. Today, human activities are causing a rapid increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide levels, primarily through the burning of fossil fuels. This is leading to changes in the Earth's climate that are likely to have significant impacts on biodiversity, human societies, and the global carbon cycle itself. For example, as temperatures warm, we are seeing changes in the distribution and abundance of species, which could lead to the loss of important ecosystem services such as pollination and natural pest control. In addition, the melting of ice sheets and glaciers is causing sea levels to rise, which could have significant impacts on human populations, particularly in low-lying areas such as coastal cities and island nations. This could lead to the displacement of millions of people, with potentially far-reaching social and economic impacts. Finally, the impact of climate change on the global carbon cycle could have significant implications for the future of life on Earth. As temperatures warm, we may see the release of large amounts of carbon from permafrost soils and methane hydrates, which could further amplify the greenhouse effect and accelerate climate change. Another important impact of climate change during the Ice Age was on the Earth's geomorphology. As glaciers advanced and retreated, they eroded and deposited sediments, creating new landforms and shaping the landscape. For example, the Great Lakes in North America were formed by the erosion and deposition of sediments by glaciers, and the fjords of Norway were created by the scouring of valleys by glaciers. Brain development and its importance in human evolution. Introduction. The human brain is one of the most complex and fascinating structures in the known universe. It has evolved over millions of years to become the centerpiece of our nervous system, responsible for everything from our thoughts and emotions to our movements and bodily functions. In this essay, we will explore the development of the human brain and its importance in the evolution of our species. The development of the human brain. The human brain has undergone significant changes over the course of our evolutionary history. Our earliest ancestors had brains that were much smaller and less complex than our own, and it was only through a gradual process of natural selection and genetic mutation that the brain evolved into its current form. One of the most significant changes in the development of the human brain was the expansion of the cerebral cortex, the outermost layer of the brain responsible for consciousness, thought, and decision-making. This expansion allowed for the development of more complex cognitive abilities, such as language, reasoning, and problem-solving. It also allowed for greater social and cultural complexity, as humans developed the ability to communicate and cooperate on a larger scale. Another important development in the evolution of the human brain was the growth of the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. This development allowed humans to engage in more complex social behaviors, such as cooperation, empathy, and moral reasoning. It also allowed for the development of culture, as humans were able to create and transmit knowledge across generations. The importance of the human brain. The human brain is a crucial component in the evolution of our species. It has allowed us to develop unique cognitive abilities and social behaviors that have enabled us to thrive in a wide range of environments. These abilities have included the development of language, which has allowed us to communicate and cooperate in ways that other animals cannot, as well as the ability to reason and problem solve, which has allowed us to create complex societies and technologies. Moreover, the human brain has also played a crucial role in our ability to adapt to changing environments. As humans migrated across the globe and encountered new challenges, our brains evolved too. Meet these challenges, allowing us to develop new tools, technologies, and social structures that made survival and reproduction more likely. Finally, the human brain has also allowed us to develop a sense of self-awareness and consciousness, which has led to a greater understanding of our place in the universe. This self-awareness has allowed humans to develop philosophical and spiritual traditions, as well as to engage in scientific inquiry and exploration. Despite the many advances in our understanding of the human brain, there is still much that we do not know. The brain remains one of the most complex and mysterious structures in the universe, and there is still much to be discovered about its inner workings and processes. One of the most important areas of research in the field of neuroscience is the study of neuroplasticity, or the brain's ability to change and adapt over time. This research has shown that the brain is not a static structure, but is instead constantly changing and adapting in response to new experiences and stimuli. This ability to change and adapt has important implications for a wide range of areas, from education and rehabilitation to the treatment of neurological and psychiatric disorders. Another area of research that is of great interest to neuroscientists is the study of the brain's relationship to consciousness and the self. This research has shown that the brain is intimately connected to our sense of self and our subjective experience of the world, and has led to new insights into the nature of consciousness and the relationship between mind and body. Finally, the study of the human brain has important implications for our understanding of mental health and well-being. Disorders such as depression, anxiety, and addiction are thought to be related to changes in the structure and function of the brain, and research in this area has led to new insights into the causes and treatments of these conditions. In addition, the study of the human brain has practical applications in a wide range of fields, including medicine, engineering, and technology. Advances in neuroscience have led to the development of new treatments for neurological and psychiatric disorders, as well as new technologies for monitoring and manipulating brain activity. For example, brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, are a rapidly developing technology that allow individuals to control computers or other devices using their thoughts alone. This technology has important implications for individuals with disabilities, as it can help them to communicate and interact with the world in new and meaningful ways. The study of the human brain also has important applications in education and learning. Research in this area has shown that the brain is highly adaptable and can continue to learn and change throughout life. This has led to the development of new educational approaches and techniques, such as personalized learning and brain-based teaching, which aim to enhance learning and improve educational outcomes. Furthermore, the study of the human brain has important implications for our understanding of the nature of intelligence and creativity. Recent research has shown that intelligence is not a fixed trait, but is instead a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that is influenced by a wide range of factors, including genetics, environment, and experience. This has led to new insights into the nature of human potential and the ways in which we can enhance our cognitive abilities. Another important area of research in the field of neuroscience is the study of the brain's role in social behavior and decision-making. Recent research has shown that the brain is highly influenced by social factors, and that our decisions and behaviors are often shaped by the social context in which we find ourselves. For example, social neuroscience research has shown that the brain responds differently to social rewards, such as approval from others, compared to non-social rewards, such as money or food. This has important implications for our understanding of motivation and behavior, as it suggests that social factors may play a more important role in driving our behavior than we previously thought. Furthermore, the study of the human brain has important implications for our understanding of mental illness and addiction. Disorders such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and addiction are thought to be related to changes in the structure and function of the brain, and research in this area has led to new insights into the causes and treatments of these conditions. For example, recent research has shown that addiction is related to changes in the brain's reward system. and that effective treatments for addiction may need to target these changes in order to be successful. Similarly, research into the neural mechanisms of mental illness has led to the development of new treatments, such as cognitive behavioral therapy and medication, that aim to address the underlying neurological causes of these conditions. Finally, the study of the human brain has important implications for our understanding of the origins and evolution of human consciousness. Recent research has shown that consciousness is not a unitary phenomenon, but is instead a complex and multifaceted process that involves many different areas of the brain. This has led to new insights into the nature of consciousness and the relationship between mind and body. Another important area of research in the field of neuroscience is the study of the brain's relationship to sleep and the circadian rhythm. Recent research has shown that the brain plays a crucial role in regulating our sleep-wake cycle and other human evolution during the Ice Age. The evolution of humans during the Ice Age, also known as the Pleistocene epoch, is a fascinating and complex topic that has intrigued scientists and historians for decades. This period, which lasted from approximately 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago, was marked by numerous cycles of glacial advances and retreats, which had a significant impact on the evolution and development of human species. One of the key features of human evolution during the Ice Age was the development of adaptations that allowed our ancestors to survive in cold and harsh environments. One of the most notable of these adaptations was the development of larger brains, which allowed humans to develop complex social structures, store and share knowledge, and develop sophisticated tools and technologies. Another important adaptation was the development of physical characteristics that allowed humans to regulate their body temperatures in cold environments. This included the development of shorter and stockier bodies, which helped to conserve heat, as well as adaptations such as increased body hair and a more prominent nose, which helped to warm and humidify the air as it was breathed in. The Ice Age also had a significant impact on human migration patterns. As glaciers advanced and retreated, they created opportunities for humans to move into new areas and adapt to different environments. This led to the development of distinct regional populations, each with their own unique adaptations and characteristics. One of the most significant events in human evolution during the Ice Age was the emergence of modern humans, or Homo sapiens. While the exact timing and circumstances of this emergence are still the subject of much debate, it is clear that modern humans gradually replaced earlier hominin species such as Neanderthals and Homo erectus, becoming the dominant species on the planet. The emergence of modern humans was likely the result of a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Some scientists believe that the development of complex social structures and the ability to communicate and cooperate with others played a key role in the evolution of modern humans. Others suggest that changes in the climate and environment, such as the development of more open grasslands, may have provided new opportunities for human evolution. In addition to the physical and genetic adaptations that allowed humans to survive during the Ice Age, cultural innovations and adaptations were also significant. Humans during this period developed new hunting and gathering techniques, as well as new technologies such as the atlatl, a spear-throwing device that increased hunting success. The use of fire also played an important role in human survival and development, providing warmth, light, and a means of cooking food. As humans migrated into new environments during the Ice Age, they encountered a range of new challenges and opportunities. For example, the development of the Bering Land Bridge allowed humans to migrate from Asia to the Americas, where they encountered new plants, animals, and landscapes. This led to the development of distinct regional cultures and adaptations, as well as the extinction of many large mammal species such as mammoths and saber-toothed cats. The Ice Age also had a significant impact on the evolution of human culture and society. As humans developed more complex social structures, they were able to create larger and more sophisticated communities. This led to the development of art, music, and other forms of cultural expression, as well as the emergence of religion and ritual practices. Finally, it is important to recognize that the effects of the Ice Age continue to be felt today. The changes in climate and environment that occurred during this period have had a lasting impact on the natural world, shaping the distribution and diversity of plant and animal species. The evolution of humans during the Ice Age has also had a significant impact on the modern world, shaping our cultural, genetic, and physical characteristics in countless ways. The Ice Age also had a significant impact on the development of agriculture and civilization. As the climate warmed at the end of the Ice Age, humans were able to settle in permanent communities and develop agriculture, which allowed for the production of surplus food and the growth of larger populations. This led to the development of complex societies and civilizations, which in turn gave rise to new technologies, art, and culture. The impact of the Ice Age on human evolution and development has also had implications for modern-day issues such as climate change and biodiversity loss. The rapid changes in climate and environment that occurred during the Ice Age provide important insights into the potential impacts of current and future climate change. The loss of biodiversity that occurred during the Ice Age also serves as a warning of the potential consequences of current human activities, such as deforestation, habitat destruction, and overexploitation of natural resources. Furthermore, the study of human evolution during the Ice Age has important implications for our understanding of human origins and identity. By examining the genetic, physical, and cultural characteristics of our ancestors, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the diversity and complexity of human history. This can also help to inform our understanding of contemporary issues such as race, ethnicity, and identity, and promote greater understanding and tolerance across cultures and societies. The Ice Age also had a profound impact on the development of human language and communication. As humans developed more complex social structures and settled in larger communities, the need for effective communication became increasingly important. The development of language allowed humans to share knowledge, coordinate activities, and transmit cultural traditions and beliefs. The exact timing and circumstances of the development of language are still the subject of much debate among scientists and linguists. However, it is clear that the Ice Age played an important role in this process. The need for effective communication in harsh and unpredictable environments may have provided the impetus for the development of language and other forms of symbolic communication. The development of language also had significant implications for human cognitive abilities and intelligence. The ability to communicate complex ideas and abstract concepts allowed humans to develop new forms of technology and culture, as well as to engage in more sophisticated forms of social organization and cooperation. Finally, it is important to recognize the impact of the Ice Age on the cultural and spiritual beliefs of human societies. The harsh and unpredictable environment of the Ice Age likely contributed to the development of a range of mythological and spiritual beliefs, which help to explain the natural world and provide comfort and guidance to human communities. Another important aspect of the Ice Age and human evolution is the impact of changing environments on human health. Humans during this period faced a range of challenges to their health and well-being, including exposure to harsh weather conditions, limited access to food and water, and increased risk of infectious diseases. However, humans also developed a range of adaptations and innovations that helped to mitigate these challenges. For example, the development of fire and shelter allowed humans to stay warm and dry in cold and wet environments, while the development of hunting and gathering techniques allowed for the procurement of a diverse range of foods. The links between climate change during the Ice Age and changes in the area of forests, deserts, and grasslands on Earth. Introduction. Climate change is one of the most pressing issues facing the world today, and it has garnered much attention in recent years. However, climate change is not a new phenomenon. The Earth has undergone numerous cycles of climate change throughout its history, including a period known as the Ice Age, which occurred around 2.6 million years ago and lasted until about 11,700 years ago. During this period, the Earth's climate underwent significant changes, which had a profound impact on the planet's vegetation and land cover. In this essay, we will explore the connections between climate change during the Ice Age and the changes in forest, desert, and grassland areas on Earth. Climate change during the Ice Age. The Ice Age was characterized by a significant drop in global temperatures, which led to the expansion of the world's ice sheets and glaciers. The cause of this cooling is still a subject of debate among scientists, but it is believed to be the result of a combination of factors, including changes in the Earth's orbit, variations in solar radiation, and changes in the levels of atmospheric gases like carbon dioxide and methane. The cooling of the Earth's climate during the Ice Age had a profound effect on the planet's vegetation. As temperatures dropped, forests retreated, and grasslands and deserts expanded. In some areas, the changes in climate led to the complete disappearance of forests, while in others, forests were reduced to isolated patches. The expansion of grasslands and deserts was the result of a decrease in precipitation, which occurred as a result of changes in atmospheric circulation patterns. Changes in forests. During the Ice Age, the world's forests underwent significant changes in response to the cooling climate. In some areas, forests disappeared entirely, as the conditions became too harsh for trees to survive. For example, in parts of Europe, the forests were replaced by steppe grasslands, while in North America, the forests were replaced by grasslands and tundra. In other areas, forests were reduced to small, isolated patches, as the surrounding grasslands and deserts expanded. Changes in deserts. The expansion of deserts during the Ice Age was the result of a decrease in precipitation, which occurred as a result of changes in atmospheric circulation patterns. As the world's climate cooled, the amount of moisture in the air decreased, leading to a reduction in rainfall in many areas. This reduction in precipitation led to the expansion of deserts, as the land became too dry to support vegetation. In some areas, the deserts expanded to cover large portions of the landscape, while in others, they formed isolated patches. Changes in grasslands. The expansion of grasslands during the Ice Age was the result of a decrease in forest cover and an increase in the amount of open, grassy areas. As temperatures dropped, forests retreated, and grasslands expanded to fill the void. The increase in grasslands was also the result of a decrease in precipitation, which made it more difficult for trees to survive. Grasses are better adapted to dry conditions than trees, and as a result, they were able to thrive in areas where forests could not. Implications for today. While the Ice Age occurred millions of years ago, its implications for today cannot be ignored. Climate change is once again altering the Earth's temperature and precipitation patterns, and as a result, we are seeing significant changes in the planet's vegetation and land cover. The Earth's forests, grasslands, and deserts are facing new challenges as they try to adapt to the changing climate, and we must take action to ensure their survival. One of the most significant challenges facing the world today is the loss of forest cover. Deforestation is occurring at an alarming rate, as forests are cleared for agriculture, logging, and development. This loss of forest cover not only reduces the Earth's ability to absorb carbon dioxide, but it also contributes to the loss of biodiversity and the degradation of the soil. To address this issue, we must work to protect and restore forested areas, and promote sustainable land use practices. The expansion of deserts is another significant challenge that we must address. Desertification is occurring in many areas around the world, as a result of overgrazing, soil erosion, and climate change. This expansion of deserts not only reduces the Earth's ability to support vegetation, but it also contributes to the loss of biodiversity and the degradation of the soil. To address this issue, we must work to promote sustainable land use practices and implement measures to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the effects of climate change. Finally, the expansion of grasslands is also a significant issue that we must address. While grasslands can be beneficial in some areas, they can also contribute to soil erosion and the loss of biodiversity. To address this issue, we must work to promote sustainable land use practices and implement measures to restore forested areas and protect vulnerable ecosystems. In addition to addressing the challenges of deforestation, desertification, and the expansion of grasslands, there are other implications of the Ice Age that we must consider. One of the most significant implications is the role of carbon dioxide in climate change. During the Ice Age, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere were much lower than they are today, and this played a significant role in the cooling of the Earth's climate. Today, however, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere are increasing at an alarming rate, largely as a result of human activity. This increase in carbon dioxide is leading to a warming of the Earth's climate, which is having a significant impact on the planet's vegetation and land cover. One of the most significant impacts of climate change on vegetation is the phenomenon known as biological responses to climate change. This refers to the ways in which plants and animals are responding to the changing climate, including changes in their distribution, growth rate, and reproductive timing. Some plants and animals are adapting to the changing climate by shifting their ranges to cooler areas, while others are experiencing declines in population due to changes in their habitat. These changes in the distribution and abundance of plant and animal species can have significant impacts on the Earth's ecosystems, including changes in nutrient cycling, water availability, and carbon storage. Another implication of the Ice Age is the role of land use change in climate change. During the Ice Age, changes in temperature and precipitation led to significant changes in the Earth's vegetation and land cover. Today, human activities such as deforestation, agriculture, and urbanization are leading to similar changes in the planet's vegetation and land cover, with significant implications for climate change. Deforestation, for example, not only reduces the Earth's ability to absorb carbon dioxide, but it also contributes to the loss of biodiversity and the degradation of the soil. Agriculture and urbanization, on the other hand, can lead to changes in the Earth's albedo or reflectivity, which can have significant impacts on the Earth's climate. While the Ice Age was a natural occurrence, the current climate change crisis is largely the result of human activity. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and other human activities have led to a significant increase in greenhouse gas emissions, which are causing the Earth's climate to warm at an unprecedented rate. This warming is already having significant impacts on the Earth's vegetation and land cover, including changes in the timing of seasonal events, shifts in the distributions of plant and animal species, and the loss of biodiversity.